This portion of the WSAV Thursday Night Blitz Game of the Week is brought to you by Ford. Go further. Let's head out to midfield for tonight's coin toss.
Welcome to Hinesville. South Effingham, me and Mr. Fairchild's going to be official there. I'm Chris Stacy. That's Mr. Fairchild. Bradwell, you're the home team. South Effingham, you're the visitor. This is a regular coin right there. That's the head side of it, and that's the tail. It's got tail on the other side. White, you're going to call it in the air. Call it now. Tails. Tails he called. Head it is. Blue, you have won the toss. You want to defer to the second half. Yes, sir. All right, blue won the toss, and they want to defer to the second half. White, you want the ball.
Receive. Yes, sir.
You want to receive. What goal you want to defend? All right, put your back to the side you want to defend. Come on this side, White. Okay, White will receive it on this end. Come on in one more time, guys. Let's shake hands, guys. Let's have a good ball game tonight, okay?
There you have it. The Bradwell Tigers winning the toss, deferring. South Effingham, the Mustangs, choosing to receive the football, which will give us a chance to check out the South Effingham Mustangs offense. The offense for the Mustangs, 6-1 this season under head coach Donnie Revel, his sixth season, leading the Mustangs 29-31 overall record. As I said, we'll check out the starting offense, a spread, multiple offense. Quarterback Tyler Poland will hand off a whole lot to number 9, Patrick Brown, with more than 1,100 yards this year. Nick Reno will see action as well. Timothy Signal and Marcus Boyd and T.J. Williams, your wide receiving core. Sheldon Froelich, Luke Cush, Jacob McLeod, Josh McClendon, and Tyke Mydell. Mydell, the vocal leader on the offense for the Mustangs of South Effingham. And that, of course, means the Bradwell Tigers will be on defense to start this football game. Their defense, they run a 4-2-5. There's your lineman, Isaiah Quarterman, 43 total tackles for Bradwell. Christian Evans and Isaiah Moana also on the defensive line, along with Demary Thomas. Alvin Roberts starts your linebacking core, along with Jarvis Payton. Josh Ingram, 38 total tackles, leads the team. Kervante Bryant, DeMarcus Bargenier, Dion Stewart, and Terrius Cremiel. That's your starting defense for the 0-7 Bradwell Tigers under head coach Greg Hill, but definitely a football team. I've seen improvement over the last couple of years. He's trying to build a culture, and as everyone knows in football, it takes a while, coach, to build a culture.
Oh, it takes a long while. And, you know, the things he's been doing, I mean, they worked hard this summer. They went to a lot of camps. They went to some pad camps. And, I mean, you know, it's so hard to bring it to what it needs to be. I mean, tonight they celebrated the 65 state championship team. I mean, this used to be one of the most dominant programs in the state. And, you know, you get down and it takes a long time to get back.
I think, Coach, that they have the right coach in place as well. You may say, well, he was a quarterback in football and was a great quarterback leading Georgia Southern University. But people have to understand, too, he spent 8 years in a good football program under Steve Pennington at Statesboro. To me, one of the best in the state for building and solidifying a program. And him under Steve Pennington and learning the ways only helps. He's no longer this young, new coach. He's ready to put his stamp mark on this.
Oh, you're exactly right. I mean, Steve Pennington was absolutely amazing. We used to scrimmage when he was there. And Pennington and that bunch was like, we'll pull for you every time, except when you're playing us. And but, you know, I mean, I told Greg Hill, I said, there's only 2 people in the entire world that know as much about the triple option, you and Paul Johnson.
All right, all your replays tonight will be brought to you by your Savannah Low Country Honda dealers. Honda, the power of dreams. You'll see your replays throughout tonight's game, and we'll have the coach here, John Wood, taking you through the replays we'll bring to you. And yours truly, Ken Slatz, here in Hinesville. Our first time here at the newly named stadium today. What an interesting time, the 1965 team, and the stadium coming in the name of their head coach, correct?
Yeah, it's a really it's a big deal. I mean, originally it was named Olvie Field, and that was the first Bradwell Institute graduate that went on to West Point. But tonight it's fittingly named for Hokie Jackson, who was 14-0 in 1965 and won the 1965 Class B state championship. Jackson was the youngest player to ever sign with the Atlanta Crackers.
Now there's statistics for you. Of course, it's great to see a lot of the players that came from that 1965 team that were out here as well. They had a big ceremony here and I believe when they built the new stadium, it was called Olvie Field. They continued to call it that, correct, until they renamed it today?
Yeah, and I'm sure it will, as far as a field, it will be continue to remain Olvie Field, but it will be a Hokie Jackson Stadium.
So we are just about set for kickoff, and as we said, South Effingham and the Mustangs will receive, and we'll see their football team on the field first. Malik Small, number 88, is your kickoff and your kicker for the Bradwell Tigers. Deion Stewart handles the punting duty. So the kick is short and off to the right-hand side, taken at the 25, and tiptoes, crosses the 35, and that return is by Josh Edenfield, the senior, and that's where we'll see the South Effingham Mustangs offense.
You know, South Effingham's going to take over here. They're giving them right there where they're putting the placement of the ball right there on the left hash. They're giving them all that large space right there to run the ball back this way. So that's going to be ideal. And South Effingham comes to the line.
All right, so here we go, South Effingham, and guess who gets the first carry? That's right, Patrick Brown. Good team defense, shoving him up in the middle and absolutely nowhere to go. Might have got a yard. We'll see it as we are on the visitors' sidelines for the first time, so it'll be a little more difficult for us to see the chains. But two huge press boxes, one on the home side and one on the visiting side here at Hokie-Jackson Stadium. And actually, we'll call it no gain. So it's no gains for Patrick Brown, who, as I said, 1,100 yards so far this season, ran for 327 last week, 5 touchdowns. He definitely is a spark. And Tyler Pullum not afraid to throw the football. Pullum going to the right-hand side, hits his target. Tyler Pullum with a nice pass to Luke McCann. McCann around the left-hand side. McCann is gone all the way inside the 5 and tackled right at the 5-yard line. So McCann goes for 65 on the play.
I think right there you see the strategy. They stonewalled Brown right there at the beginning. You had, on that last play, you had Damari Thomas making a tackle, and they condensed the front, which kind of leaves that dump pass open right there, and then it's just a simple game of pitch and catch. Nice little pass, great catch. He takes it down, and we're looking at first and goal.
Luke McCann, not even one of the starters listed, but already in there on the second play and taking one for 65 yards. So guess who? Patrick Brown. Actually, it's kept by Pullum, and he keeps it himself. Nice play fake. And he kind of charges inside the 5, so we'll give him about 2 on the play. Bring up a second down, second and goal in the right end zone here, the end zone that flushes up against General McIntosh Boulevard here in Hinesville. Not far, maybe about a mile at the most to the base. Fort Stewart.
Yeah,
about a mile.
About a mile off.
General Stewart Way. Let me check that. Thanks to my producer director who's on top of it down there. All right, quick handoff to the left-hand side, trying to get to the outside, and a nice arm tackle down to the 3-yard line. Logan, check that. Patrick Brown, of course, around the left. Boy, these jerseys start to bunch up, and I'm going to have trouble already, I'll tell you. But that's Patrick Brown. We'll give him a 2 on the carry, and he's close.
And Isaiah Quarterman comes out right there on the defensive line, sets the post really well for Bradwell right there, trying to get out. They're pulling him down, grabbing shoulder pads, doing everything they can to get him down. And, South Effingham having to wait a little bit to snap the ball here.
3rd and goal. Pullum back in the shotgun formation. Pullum looking to the right. Pullum pulls it in himself, runs around to the right-hand side. He's looking to throw it, fires it into the end zone, open in the back right corner of the end zone, and guess who? He caught a 65-yard pass, and now Luke McCann has a 2-yard touchdown.
And I'm going to tell you right there, he worked for that 2 yards. I mean, that was a Wes Welker 2-yard catch if ever there was one. I mean, he is fully body extended, hands out in front. I mean, that is textbook. So right there, you can freeze that one if you're a youth coach, if you're a high school coach on a night off, freeze that one, show your receiver exactly how they catch the ball. Great hustle. He's doing some amazing things. I can remember seeing him when he was a younger quarterback, and even as a young quarterback, he could throw the ball. He had great field vision.
So the kick is off to the right-hand side, and here comes the Bradwell Tigers fielding at the 7-yard line, around to the right-hand side, and just stuffed up, nowhere to go is Terrius Cremiel, and he'll start from about the 20, maybe the 21-yard line.
Cremiel is one of the best returners that the Tigers have. Last year, he used to always drop the ball, but when he dropped the ball, he either returned it for a touchdown or a large gain. So I think he's learning to catch it a little bit this year, but he's still doing some great things on special teams for the Tigers.
Greg Hill's offense comes out, and he'll run a wing T offense. We'll see a lot of Luther Eccles with 618 yards, 5 yards per carry. A good average for Luther Eccles. And handoff on the inside they go. Straight up the middle, Kevin Harris with a 308 yards coming into this game. So make it 311 after possibly a 3-yard gain.
And Harris is part of the future. Harris is a younger player. Harris is going to be one of those guys that's going to be there and should help in the future. So, get your future in there now. Start getting them varsity snaps now. After this snap, we'll get a chance to check out the starting offensive lineup for the Tigers. So let's take the snap, another inside handoff, and nowhere to go, and that'll give us a chance to check out this wing T offense and the starting offense for the Bradwell Tigers. 0-7, looking for that first win. Quinn McMassey's your quarterback, number 12, Kevin Harris. We've seen a couple carries from him. Desmond Brown and Luther Eccles running the football. Dwayne Johnson and is your wide receiver, Willie Milner, your tight end, and your offensive line. We'll start with Nathan Wallace and Isley Moana, Sean Strickland, Mason Elzate, and Tyler Ryder. There's your offense for the Bradwell Tigers. After the snap, we'll check out the defense for the Mustangs of South Effingham. So under center, Quinn McMassey. McMassey this time up the middle again. They're bullying forward for a few yards. I'm going to guess that was 3 once again. Here's your defense starting with Brandon Moody, Timmel Jackson, and McKinley Newbill. Also Trent Zeeler. Kareem Taylor is that vocal leader. Travis Simmons, your linebacker, along with Mackenzie Newbill. Your DBs are Luke McCann, Jared Wells, and T.J. Williams for a very experienced football team on both sides of the ball. Just amazing experience. But on the real experience edge, I think South Effingham certainly wins that.
Deion Stewart's going to have to punt the football standing at his 15-yard line, and good pressure. The punt is up. It's a high punt, but not very deep at all. Straight to the middle of the field, bounces on the 50, and that's where it'll hang out. They'll start at the 49-yard line in Bradwell Institute territory. So, again, great defense leading to a punt. And we'll check out our scholar athlete. We like to recognize the best in class, community, and competition. Nominate a high school senior for the Vaden Automotive Scholar Athlete. You can log on to wsav.com/scholar athlete to find out all the details, rewarding a deserving student with a scholarship from WSAV, the Vaden Automotive Scholar Athlete. So be sure to hop online and check it out. We're grateful to be able to partner up with Vaden and give away scholarships to our local student athletes. So a quick break in action before South Effingham hops out for the second time. And I think picture perfect. We thought we'd see a lot of Patrick Brown. Instead, we saw a couple of handoffs the other way and then a long touchdown pass to a player that wasn't even in the starting lineup. A long pass and then a touchdown pass. So a good offensive start for South Effingham. And I got to believe sooner or later we're going to see a big dose of Patrick Brown.
Well, you got to think they're going to see a huge dose of Patrick Brown. But I think, Bradwell did the only thing they can do is just reduce that front down and try to just put a wall right there between him and the inside running game. But he's going to hurt you. He's going to eventually hurt you on the outside game, too, because he's a powerful runner, and he can go wherever the hole is. Just give him a crease. He doesn't even need a hole. Just give him a crease.
Here's the play that led to it, too. Tyler Pullum, the quarterback, and he just hit Luke McCann as we check out the replay from a little bit ago that got the spark and just stood in the pocket. Good, strong, firing throw to the right-hand side, and the rest was just some great footwork as it took him right around the 5-yard line. So here we go back to live action. Pullum back to pass. Pullum going long on a fade route. Pullum to Patrick Brown. Brown hauls it in inside the 10-5. Touchdown, 49 yards. Patrick Brown.
Downtown. Touchdown, Patrick Brown.
Wow, Pullum with a perfect, it was really a fade route, just kind of a deep route to the right-hand side, and Patrick Brown just showed his speed.
Oh, that was textbook fade. I mean, you could have simply set the old 50-gallon garbage can over there and just let him throw footballs in there all day because that's where it was. I mean, it was right there over the shoulder, goes out of bounds if he doesn't catch it. Tim Tebow-esque.
So they're lined up again in the same position like they're going to go for it, and they will pull him with a quick strike to their left-hand side, but stuffed up. Nice tackle right there by Isaiah Quarterman to make the stop, and the conversion is no good, so we stand at 14-0 is your score.